So with Wave 3 being officially announced and being released in just a few short days, we are now officially halfway through the Booster Course Pass. The tracks in Wave 3 are revealed to be Tour's London Loop, Game Boy's Boo Lake, 3DS's Rock Mountain, and Wii's Maple Treeway for the Rock Cup, with Tour's Berlin Byways, DS's Peach Gardens, Merry Mountain from Tour, and 3DS's Rainbow Road for the Moon Cup. But this video is my predictions for Waves 4 through 6 of the remaining half of the pass. I will be basing my predictions based on what I think, the banner leak, and the soundtrack leak. So let's get this video underway. So according to both leaks, Wave 4 is projected to have 3 tour tracks, 1 Wii track, 1 GameCube, 1 DS, 1 Game Boy, and a Nitro track from Tour. Starting Wave 4 off in the Fruit Cup is Amsterdam Drift from Tour. In the soundtrack leak, it is revealed that this track starts Wave 4 after Rainbow Road from Wave 3. And due to Amsterdam Drift 3's recent release, it's possible that this could make its appearance in the spring. Wii's DK Summit is next. Buying Mario Kart Wii from eBay has easily been one of my best decisions because I've grown to love this track. It got a major graphic redesign in Mario Kart Tour, and the banner leak reveals this as the second track of the cup. Next is DS's Airship Fortress. Now, the banner leak has people thinking it's actually Delfino Square, but Airship Fortress isn't Tour. But that doesn't mean that Delfino Square can't happen. Airship Fortress is one of my favorite tracks from Mario Kart DS, the other being Waluigi Pinball, and I think it'll make its appearance in the Fruit Cup. And as for the remaining Nitro track from Tour, there's not enough information yet about what this track could possibly be. So let's move on to the Boomerang Cup. Singapore Speedway is the first track in the Boomerang Cup, according to the soundtrack leak. Like Amsterdam Drift 3 just recently released in Tour, we can expect Singapore Speedway 3 to release soon, since both tracks only had 2 variants. Dino Dino Jungle from Double Dash is next in line according to the banner leak. Being retro tracks in both Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart Tour, it's evident that this track is a fan favorite and deserves its place in the Booster Course Pass. Riverside Park from Super Circuit is next. Like Airship Fortress and Delfino Square, Lakeside Park was in the banner leak, but Riverside Park after over 20 years received a major graphic redesign, going from this to this. And lastly, Los Angeles Laps closes out Wave 4. To my knowledge, this is the largest track in the game, so it makes sense that it's last. And that's it for Wave 4. To recap, I think Wave 4 will include Amsterdam Drift, DK Summit, Airship Fortress, currently an unknown Tour Nitro track for the Fruit Cup, and Singapore Speedway, Dino Dino Jungle, Riverside Park, and Los Angeles Laps. Now let's move on to Wave 5. According to both leaks, Wave 5 is projected to have 3 Tour tracks, 1 Wii track, 1 GCN track, 1 GBA track, 1 SNES track, and a Tour Nitro track. Let's start with the Feather Cup. Now, it's not officially known what both Tour tracks in the Feather Cup will be, but my guess is for the first Tour track is Cairo, the capital of Egypt. Because if we get a closer look at the game's background, it shows 2 pyramids and a palm tree, but who knows. And for the other Tour track, my guess is Hong Kong, just because, you know. But going off on something better, Wii's Koopa Cape is next according to the banner leak. As I stated with DK Summit, this is one of my favorite tracks in Mario Kart Wii. After being a retro track in Mario Kart 7, it added a glider segment, but in doing so, it eliminated the quote-unquote Koopa Zappers in the underwater segment and substituted them for Cheep Cheeps. In Mario Kart Tour, looking even fresher and cleaner than ever, but there's still no Koopa Zappers. GBA's Sunset Wilds comes next, according to the soundtrack leak. After receiving a graphic redesign in Tour, it looks much better and cleaner, like what they did to Riverside Park. Moving on to the Cherry Cup is Bangkok Rush. Currently, of the making of this video, it is the last current city track to only have 1 variant, while every other course has either 2 or 3. Next in the Cherry Cup is GameCube's Daisy Cruiser. I think it comes here due to the fact that Wave 5 may be released next summer, and that's the ideal time for a cruise. Next is Super Mario Kart's Vanilla Lake 1 or 2. If we take a close look in Coconut Mall, we can see this banner for Vanilla Lake. and it makes me think that it'll come here in a Cherry Cup. And as for the Tour Nitro track, like in Wave 4, there's not enough info to confirm what this is. So let's recap. I think Wave 5 will include Cairo and Hong Kong, Koopa Cape and Sunset Wilds for the Feather Cup, and Bangkok Rush, Daisy Cruiser, Vanilla Lake 1, and a currently unknown Nitro track from Tour. One last wave to go. Last but not least is Wave 6, the final wave of the Booster Course Pass. Going off of both leaks, there's going to be 2 Tour tracks, 1 GameCube track, 1 Wii track, and 4 Tour Nitro tracks. Let's start with the Acorn Cup. Starting in the Acorn Cup is my personal favorite track in the entire Mario Kart franchise, Vancouver Velocity. I'm gonna stop talking and let the music speak for itself. Let it be known, I think it's absolutely criminal that we have to wait another year for this beauty. Like Waves 5 and 6, the remaining 3 Nitro courses are unknown to me, so let's move on to the Spiny Cup. As the last cup in the Booster Course Pass, it's bound to be the hardest. Starting with the unknown Tour track, I think Shanghai has a shot of being featured, since China doesn't have any Tour tracks. Next is GameCube's Waluigi Stadium. After seeing that Wii's Maple Treeway have substituted Waluigi Stadium, it's evident that this could be in the hardest cup of the pass. Next is an unknown Tour Nitro track. To me, it's more than likely another Bowser's Castle, because to me, I think it's absurd that the base game, and including Wave 3, has 4 Rainbow Roads, and only 1 Bowser's Castle. And speaking of Rainbow Road, the banner leak projects Wii's Rainbow Road as the last course of the Booster Course Pass. I was never one for this Rainbow Road at first, but going back and playing it again, my opinion has changed, and this is easily a top 3 Rainbow Road. And to recap, Vancouver Velocity and 3 Tour Nitro tracks will feature in the Acorn Cup, and Shanghai, Waluigi Stadium, a new Bowser's Castle, and a Wii Rainbow Road will feature in the Spiny Cup. And that's it. We're in for a whole lot in the Booster Course Pass. With Wave 3 being released in 3 days, exciting times are ahead for Mario Kart. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was actually a whole lot of fun to put this together. With the first 3 waves all about having a 4-month time span in between releases, I think Wave 4 will release sometime in April, Wave 5 in August, and Wave 6 in December. I just want to quickly say thank you for the amount of subs I've recently gained. If we can get to 100 subs before the new year, I will definitely do a 100 sub special. But for now, if you're new, like, subscribe, and I'll see you for Wave 3. Peace out.